Hello, and welcome to this intro for the 5 days to change your back pain workshop. Now, you're probably thinking, I've been working for years to change my back pain. How in the world am I going to change it in 5 days? Well, back pain is complex. And for the most part, when we start with back pain, we go immediately to the tissue damage issues, right? And that's a normal thing to do because for the most part, when we have pain in our bodies, we've learned that there is something structurally damaged. So the first thing we think of when we have back pain is that my back is messed up. I need an injection. I need some drugs, a prescription. I need surgery, especially if you've been having back pain for such a long period of time. So here's the thing. Everything we've learned about this persistent pain in the last 20 years, there's a lot more going on. And it's no longer, especially if it is a persistent pain, which is classified as anything longer than 3 months, there's more going on. Even if it is a structural issue, there's more going on than just that structural issue. So we need to be able to look at the big picture and treat it with all of the different modalities in the picture. Why does that happen? Here's the thing. You've probably heard different things like your brain is making pain. I wouldn't classify it as your brain. I like to classify it as your nervous system because it's one whole unit that's working together to protect you from danger. And we're used to our nervous system protecting us from physical danger, right? You touch a hot stove, your nervous system there's a nerve in your hand, well, in your entire body, that responds to chemical, temperature, and pressure. Those three things, if there's a huge pressure, like you close your hand in a car door, or you touch a hot stove, right? Or there's a chemical spill on your hand or on your body, that nerve, super fast nerve, goes to your spinal cord. Your spinal cord goes, pull it away. It goes so fast, you don't even know. It's just an automatic reaction. That's great. That's what protects us. Now, within that system, your brain sits back and goes, oh, look at, we got injured. There's tissue damage there. And it processes it into seeing that a hot stove or a car door is dangerous. Okay. Great system. It works really well to keep us alive. It keeps us uninjured for the most part. What ends up happening with persistent pain is that, well, let's look at just two things. One is that the nervous system keeps seeing danger. Okay. So you could imagine touching that hot stove. And yes, brain perceives it, blah, blah, blah. You get the reaction, you pull it away. Your brain looks at that hot stove again, but one day you just accidentally bump into it. Same kind of damage, big burn. Oh, your brain processes it again, goes, we have to be extra careful, which is still a good thing. But over time, it may switch into a hypervigilant nervous system. So now your brain and your nervous system are on the lookout for anything that looks hot, okay? Anything that looks hot, and you might get to the point, now this isn't typical, but you might get to the point where you see something red, your brain registers it as hot, and you stay away from it completely, or it registers it as a danger so much so that you go, oh man, and you start like feeling where that burn was originally, even though you've clearly not been burnt, but there's been a sensation signal sent to an area just to trigger you to be on alert, right? Now, again, when we're talking about low back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, even fibromyalgia issues, migraines sometimes, what's happening is that the nervous system is up to that high alert. Now, it's not looking for anything physical, necessarily. It's now registering things like anxiety, frustration, overload, stress, work, relationships, different situations, different environments, different people that are now danger. And it tries its best to get you out of this situation by sending pain signals. Okay. Now, here's the second part to that equation. When you started getting that pain, did you possibly push through the pain to get the things done throughout your day you had to get done? To get the kids to where they had to go, to get the work done, to get that big project done, to get through a holiday setting with relatives that you find challenging to do, all of these things that we push through. We're like, yeah, my back was kind of sore, but I pushed through, I ignored it. What happens then that coincides with that hypervigilance, right? That overprotection is that now your nervous system goes, oh, they're not listening. I need to send stronger signals. And eventually it'll hit the strongest signal where you realize, I'm done. I'm taking a break. I need to go lay down. I need to not do something. That's when your nervous system goes, yes, we finally hit that point. Was it tissue damage that stopped you? Or was it your nervous system trying to protect you from something that it sees as a danger? Now, if that makes any sense, okay, if any of that kind of sits in your mind and goes, oh, that is probably part of this, now you're on the right path. Okay. As much as there may actually also be some sort of tissue damage, or even if it started with tissue damage, there is a level of hypervigilance in your nervous system that we need to address. Now, what we do is address it on two parts. All right. The first part that we address it on is learning to calm your nervous system. And that takes practice, patience, and paying attention in a different way. Okay, sometimes when we pay attention, we get even more hypervigilant. Okay, but I want you to practice, pay attention, and have patience. All right, this includes breath work, it includes slowing things down, feeling the sensations in your body, because for the most part, when we have that daily persistent pain, apart from the fact that we are ridiculously exhausted, we end up wanting to push that pain away. Now, here's the cycle that I really want you to pay attention to is it's a fear-pain cycle. And when you have a sensation and you wake up and your back is cranky and you go, oh, right? That, oh, negative, oh, my back hurts. I wish it would go away. And the fear kicks in. Oh, what if it hurts all day again? What if it hurts when I have to go do this? I'm going to have to get in the car for half an hour. It's going to kill me for 4 days if I do that. If, and we go around this circle. Now, when that fear kicks in, the nervous system goes, yes, see, it is danger. I need to send more signals. And it sends more signals. And then your fear kicks in because then you have more pain. Get the cycle? All right. So here's where we need to break it. When we're in that cycle, when you get that sensation, the first part of the things that we work on is the calming. Oh, there's that sensation. I'm not going to react with fear. I'm going to react with a curiosity. Now, this is the one that takes practice because your nervous system's trying to protect you. And some of the things that we're going to go through, and I'll talk about it when we go through it, is that the nervous system reacts and goes, no, don't do that. It's going to be dangerous. And it sends more pain signals. But trust me when I say, if we can calm that nervous system and get that to start breaking that pain fear cycle, we're going to be able to get somewhere. Now, the second thing that we work on in this program, because it is a big part of healing and treatment, is movement. All right. But this isn't me handing you a sheet of paper doing little bridges and different physio exercises. This is building a connection into movement with a level of curiosity. All right. So we're not going to go and do little bridges until we get that connection with the breath, that connection with calm, the connection of feeling, noticing sensations without reaction. Once we get to that point, we start adding in movements. All the movements that I want you to start doing all get you to where you want to go. All right. So if you want to get back on your bike, we're going to look at different movements. If you want to get back to running, we're going to look at different movements in a certain way that you can get back to that. You want to get back to playing with your grandkids or taking them to the park. We're going to need to get back to lifting some things. Don't freak out. Okay. We're going to have to get back to being able to lift some things, walk for certain distances, and be able to feel that calm. Notice if the body starts reacting, that we can pay attention to it, not push it away and get through it, but take a moment, pay attention to it, calm the nervous system, go, you know what? Maybe we're doing a little extra here. So you might feel that we're pushing a little bit, but I promise you, we're going to relax. I promise you, we're going to take care of the body at the end so that it becomes this automatic thing that happens. All right. With that movement, we just keep building on it. We build in whatever goals that you have that you want to work towards. Maybe you have a big trip coming up and you need to be able to sit on that plane. Sitting for certain periods of time sometimes really aggravate back pain or shoulder pain or neck pain. But we're going to work specifically with tools that you can use. You don't need to take like a big equipment with you. It all has to do with your breath and noticing and practicing and having patience to get through this. All right. Now, before I finish off, I do have to say one thing. This program is called Change Your Back Pain. We can change any persistent pain, whether it's a fibromyalgia or it's a shoulder pain or neck pain. There's different things that we're going to be looking at, but it's not a 100% fix. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking to never have pain again, that kicks in your fear pain cycle. So what we want to be able to do is accept that there's going to be some pain, that we're going to work with it. And you're going to find that every so often you'll be doing something like, I don't have any back pain or shoulder pain or neck pain that I used to. And then a few days later, who knows, something might happen and it'll kick in again. But I don't want you to panic and go, oh, I'm starting at the beginning again. And trust me, it'll probably happen. There's going to be that flare up and your brain is going to go, oh, I have to start at the beginning. This sucks. None of this worked. But in that process of getting to that point, you're going to notice you have more control. You have more energy. You have the ability to manage better throughout the day. So, with that being said, we're going to do a tiny little exercise here where we're going to look at that breath. So sit, lay down, take a comfortable position. And what we're going to do is close our eyes. You can be laying down again. You can be seated. You can lay back in the chair. What I want you to do, if you can, breathe in and out through your nose. It's only going to take a couple minutes. As you exhale, I want you to notice how your body can soften, how it can just sink into wherever you're laying down, wherever you're sitting, and it can just find this momentary ideal of stillness. You might want to shift around, but just even if it's that split second of stillness, I want you to just feel a little more grounded in that moment. Now, with that being said, I want you to scan your body. Start from your head, move down through your neck, out towards the shoulders, down through the hands, back up to your neck. Start moving down your spine. As you move down your spine, notice if there's any niggling, cranky spots. And I want you to just notice them. Don't label them as pain. Don't get frustrated. Just, is it burning? Is it cranky? Is it pinchy? Is it kind of knotted? Does it just feel squished? Just label it something. And just don't worry about changing it. Just notice it and move on. Down through the spine, to the pelvis, into the hips, down through the legs, into your knees, into your ankles, into your feet, wherever you have sensations of crankiness, just pause. Take a breath and notice it. Allow it to just feel like there's some stillness to it. Take a couple more breaths, allowing for that momentary pause. And then opening your eyes. Just kind of wiggle the body out. That's what we build on. So if you were able to sit and focus on your breath for that 2 to 3 minutes, that's what we build on. We build on the breath. We build on the connection of awareness. We build on that calming of the nervous system so that it doesn't freak out. And then we build on some movement. We build on where you want to go to in terms of those goals, right? Now, there is a lot more. There's a workbook involved. You're going to do some writing, mainly because I know your mind loves to go down that rabbit hole of what if, what if, what if? How can I fix this? And it goes, we can think at about 1,000 words a minute, but none of it happens to get processed until we slow it down. We can slow it down into writing, even if you're typing. This is typing now. How bad is that? This should be typing. Even if you're typing, it slows it down so you're able to start processing different thought patterns. So journaling is a big part of this. And I do get a lot of people who don't want to do the journaling, but they do find it makes a huge difference. So with that being said, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. Otherwise, I do hope to see you in 5 days to change your back pain or any other pain that is plaguing you and exhausting you. All right? Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.